How's AJ doing? What's the latest on him?
He went through a full practice this morning, and he was fine. They're in the meet right now with Bruce. The anticipation is that he will play. That'll be confirmed after our practice here tonight.
Well, you have to keep your eye on his minutes if he does play.
That's the minutes is not going to be tied to his ankle. You know, the minutes is his conditioning. You know, he hasn't really done any running in 2 weeks. And it's the first time he's ever been hurt ever, like not even a jammed finger. So I'm sure he's going to have some nervous energy. So maybe early in the game, assuming he plays, the anticipation he's going to play. As the game unfolds, how he manages that, determine all that.
You also, obviously, Hassani's been playing well, moving in that starting role. How would you manage that if AJ's out there? Would you bring AJ off the bench?
Yeah, I'm going to stick with the 5 guys that have been starting the last couple games. Just if AJ had had 2, 3, 4 full practices under him, I'd probably go back to where we were at before. But with all the unknown, once again, if he was an older player that understood how to play after an injury or dealing with an injury, let's not say after an injury, that's a different dynamic. It's being the first time he's ever hurt himself in any way. We'll bring him in off the bench and manage the game accordingly.
How big of a confidence boost? I mean, it seems obvious, but how big of a confidence boost would it be if AJ can go against Auburn on night?
Well, Auburn plays full court man-to-man, so it's been hard with 2 guys that can dribble on our roster, and AJ gives us another decision maker. Best part about AJ, though, and it's what I've shared with him last couple of days, is he's got a spirit that's contagious. He loves to compete. Whether he scores 20 or he scores 2, his willingness to accept coaching as a real good player, his willingness to take on the next possession is something that's given our team a personality and allowed us to continue to grow as the years gone on.
Frank, when Missouri beat Auburn, just what was your first thought about the Tigers and we're facing tomorrow? When Auburn beat Missouri.
You got his Tigers. You just got his Tigers.
I got my Tigers confused.
I thought you were hanging out with Kornbluth and maybe football had a scrimmage or something like that. It's my whole deal right now. I really don't care who we play. Every game is hard. I mean, it's my whole deal is figure out who we're playing, so I can start getting my mind in a place where I can make the decisions I have to make on the sideline during the game, and so we can give our players direction as to who the opponent is. And as soon as that game today was like, I don't know, because I want to say with about a minute 50, it was still a 5-point game. And then Auburn makes a 3, make it 8. And then Missouri came down and didn't score. And then that's when I started immediately, my mind started thinking Auburn. I just watched that game today arbitrarily. I wasn't watching one team or the other. My whole thing was to get a feel. And I can tell you this, the feel I took from that game, Auburn is defending at a high level right now. Their physicality was impressive to see in person.
You talked about kind of the pressure that Auburn likes to bring in a full court press. I mean, with such a short bench, I mean, do you make it a point of emphasis perhaps tomorrow to try to slow down, even though it's not really your style offensively, just to maybe give guys a break, or defensively switch things up just to kind of give guys a chance to catch their breath?
AJ's availability and his ability to play in tomorrow's game will make me make those decisions. If AJ's available, we'll play like we did the first time we played, because they guarded the same way, full court press and the whole thing the first time. If AJ's available and he can give us a solid number of minutes, and I feel that he's in a comfortable place here in the flow of the game, then we'll just manage that accordingly. But if for some reason, even if he is available, he's just not very aggressive out there. I don't know, he's never dealt with an injury before. And we got to kind of limit ourselves to Hassani and Trey playing 36 minutes each. Then we got to figure that one out a little bit.
Frank, Austin Wiley didn't play the last time you guys played in Columbia. He dressed today but did not play. If he does play in, or just how difficult is it to scout for him, anticipating that he will play?
He's their low post scorer. That's what he is. Without him, they don't really play through the low post. They'll post Okeke in what we call the Carmelo area, which is just outside the lane or at the elbows, but they really don't play with a low post guy. When he plays, they run plays, for lack of better words, to get him the ball in the low post. So that's a dynamic that we got to be prepared for.
I was thinking, Chris obviously had his way against them without Wiley in that game in Columbia in January.
Mm-hmm.
So if he does play tomorrow, what do you got to tell to Chris? Or does Chris just know as a senior?
Yeah, well, I'm not going to sit here and tell you that guarding the low post is easy. It's not, because it's a player of Wiley's caliber. We're a low post team on offense, so in practice we got to guard each other in the low post every single day. So Mike, Chris, Felipe, Alonzo, all those guys guard each other on post-ups all the time. So it's something that we're comfortable. It's not like no one posts up anymore. So whenever, if no one runs post-up offense, then you don't guard it in practice. And if you do, you guard it in a drill. That's not live game. So then you go play in a game, which is an advantage for us. Not too many people post up. So when Chris posts up, people don't know how to handle that. We're used to guarding the low post, but no, Wiley's a real good player, and he's an NBA guy, and if he's healthy, I anticipate that he'll get in the game.
Did you see Bruce say that you got his number?
No, he tells me that after every game. I mean, last year when they beat us on their senior night, he said, "My God, Frank, I don't know what it is. You just, we can't win against you. Lucky we got this one," or something. I don't remember what he said.
He's buttering you up?
No, listen, whatever he does and I do is completely irrelevant in the game. It's solely how we prepare our teams and then how the guys on our team play. We've been you got to understand, 2 years ago they were in transition. All these kids were all freshmen, and we were old, so we beat them handily. I'm not going to say but we beat them at their place, and we beat them at home pretty handily. And then last year, obviously, they came in highly ranked. I don't remember what they were ranked, and we had a humongous lead and almost lost the game. So, and then we went in there and we had a lead and did lose the game. And then earlier this year was a heck of a game. I just finished watching it, and Okeke missed a point-blank three to win the game for him, and we messed up the coverage there and got lucky he missed. I'm not into that. Someone's got the other guy's number deal. It's two real good teams playing each other.
How did Carlos Powell look in
He
practice?
was good, man. Carlos is always around. Anytime he's not overseas, I think he just retired and he's done. He's just going to coach for a profession now, as a profession. But for the last 7 years, anytime he was home, he's always in there working out. He's just a workout fiend, and I used to love watching him play, and it was great. That's one of the great things, where I get to coach at, that there's guys like that around all the time, and they've taken pride in what we do, and it just worked out that he was here for the being honored as a legend, and you guys know the story. I don't need to repeat it. We're down bodies. Like Justin now is practicing, but it's got to be on one side of the court. Up and down, we're not there yet with him. So we got to do some up and down stuff, and having him in there was real good. He actually was Okeke. That's who he was the whole practice.
Coach, just one final thought. Just what's the message to the team tonight? I know how much it would mean to get to the weekend here, and it's been a while since this program's been able to do that. So what's just the message to kind of maybe keep them relaxed, not put too much pressure on trying to win this game?
Yeah, it's what I've told them the whole week. It's postseason's about the players. It's no longer about the pressures of having to win or the pressure to this or pressure to that. You utilize the season to create a mindset of what your team needs to be. In the postseason, you turn the reins loose and you are who you are. This is not the time of year to be teaching lessons. This is the time of year to everyone be at peace, have confidence in who you've become or we've become, and just go out there and just don't dwell on a mistake. Don't over-celebrate a positive play. Just move on to the next play and keep playing and figure out a way. It's all you want to do is figure out a way to have one more point than the opponent. If you do that, you survive and you keep going. If you don't, then the SEC tournament's over. So you got to be at peace with it. It's too much emotion knowing that that our SEC run will be over the next time we don't win, to try and create any other pressures on kids. Just let them go. Turn them loose, let them go. What they've done this year, if I did anything but instill confidence in them right now, I'd be overcoaching and doing them a disservice. This is about them, and I've got total confidence in what they're in our ability to play the right way.
Thank you guys.
Thanks, Frank.
Thanks, Coach.